Alright, bro. I ain't like all the other YouTubers that you might stumble across or watch. I truly am a young man that's been through hell and back, made so many mistakes, lived my life a bit, and here I am, 26 years old, really trying to give you genuine advice that I learned through going through the hard yards and extracting the lessons and then dialing in and then thinking, whoa, crap, that was a massive mistake that I made, and I hope that you don't make this same mistake. None of us ever really tune into the fact that what we do today dictates tomorrow, dictates the next week, next month, next year, the next 10 years, next 50 years. I mean, we all kind of think about it, right? Like, oh, if I have that burger today, if I go out drinking tonight, or this, that, we know that we're going to feel sluggish or hungover and this and that, or, you work hard today, you get a little bit further ahead, but it really kind of never leaves that, like, just that surface level of thinking. But I want you to look deep into yourself whilst you watch this video, because this shit will change your life, and it changed my life, this understanding, right? I want you to look at yourself. You're here today, right? And we all have this destination that we're trying to get to. That's our goals, our dreams, the life that we want to have. And what we're doing today determines if we get to this destination. So understand that, okay, usually that's what our life looks like. We just go on. Like, that's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever, right? That's just life. And success is never like this. Success is also kind of like you go well for a bit, you go down, oh, great, you go like that's what like success looks like. It's not just a straight curve. But understand, we are all on a trajectory to get somewhere. And if you were to look at yourself, and it's kind of funny how I put this, is if you were to look at yourself as a plane, and you're taking off right now, if you stay the course, eventually you'll arrive in the destination. You got Australia trying to get to America, right? And you got like a specific, state. Let's say New York, whatever. If you're another young man, or let's say this is you again though, right? And you still have that same goal, and it's the same destination. But what happens is, right? If you put aside the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of success, if you say that you're off course, even by a couple degrees at the start, what's going to happen is, right, you start off, you're right, you're going, but you're a couple degrees off, and what's going to happen is you're going to be at a whole different destination. And none of us think that way. See, at the start of building your life up, you have to give everything you got to build that momentum to take off, right? You got to give everything. But what has to happen after, you've picked a destination, you're going somewhere, you're taking off, you need to stay the course. Otherwise, you're never going to actually end up at that true destination that you want, and you're going to end up somewhere else. And it doesn't look like it's that much, right? But it is. Because if you were to look at it as a proper plane, right, you're trying to go to America from Australia and you're off course, I don't even know where you'd end up. You wouldn't end up in America. You end up, I don't know, in Singapore or something. Who knows? I don't know. But you'd end up not where you're trying to go. And that's the thing. We all think that right now, it's all about the fun and the going out and the partying and this and that and the wasting time in video games and sitting there scrolling. And some of us, we're not even actually aware that we do these things that waste so much time. But what I want you to understand, all those hours that you spend, and I want you to really kind of feel guilty about this, the hours you spend doing nothing, scrolling, not being productive, being a bad member for society, doing all these things, is taking you off course. And even if it doesn't feel like it right now, right? If you're off course by a couple degrees here, couple degrees here, couple degrees here, couple degrees here, bro, eventually you don't end up where you're trying to go. And it's a huge thing to actually understand that you always need to stay the course. And anything right now in your life, if you are doing something that's not adding to you, building you, or pushing you closer to your destination where you're trying to go, you will be off course and you will not have the life that you want to live, because it compounds. And it's so powerful for you to understand that each of these micro decisions that you make every day, that an hour wasted here, an hour wasted here, you lost a couple minutes here, you went out drinking here, you did all this stuff, right? It takes you off course. And right now, right, when you are at these building stages, let's say like you're in this stage right here of taking off, I say this to all of the boys that I coach: your discipline, your willpower, just everything about you ain't locked in. You think that, because you've been going hard for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, that you built up this ironclad discipline. It doesn't work like that. To be a completely disciplined, sort of high-performing man, it takes a long time. It takes, I would say, like, I don't know even how long, a year, couple of years to really build like ironclad discipline to where you can't focus unless you're focusing on shit that's building you. Like, I can't sit and watch a movie or scroll because I just think to myself, this is nonsense. This is taking me off course. And it sounds extreme. But when you're in this stage, right, you have to have this no bullshit approach of wasting minutes, wasting time, and, just not being about it. Because what happens is, right, a lot of you boys, even if you take off, sometimes you might not even get past the first stage of life. And so many of you just don't. You don't get past the first stage, and then you just end up plummeting down to a place that you don't want to go. So you don't even reach even close to the destination. You just end up completely off course, just doing nothing, floating like a feather in the wind. So it's so important to go extremely hard now, and then keep the course all the way to, until you get to where you're trying to get. Because I'll say this, as a young man, life experience is all well and good. But there gets a point, right, when you hit your early 20s, wherever you're at in your life, and you think, that's not worth it anymore. Like, yeah, cool. You took the lessons, you took the good memories, the bad memories that you might have made, because life experience is always really good. But there gets a point where, you don't need to go do that shit anymore, and your goals and your dreams is what you should be aiming for. If you stay the course, and you stay on point, the memories that you'll make here, and the life that you'll get to have when you hit the destination will be 100 times better than whatever it is that you're doing now. So if you always just stay the course and you have that ironclad discipline and you work hard, right, you'll get to where you're trying to get. But we don't understand that the micro decisions today and the little hours that we waste here and there and here and there, it all compounds that you don't eventually get to where you want to get to in your life. And when you think about it, all the top athletes, business moguls, entrepreneurs, people that are just killing it in life, right? They never took their foot off the pedal. They never, ever allowed themselves to get off course. They never did. Sure, things might have went up and down and they had to pivot and they had to change things up and this and that. But no one that's truly ever made it took their eyes off the prize, took their eyes off the destination, and you're just sitting there scrolling, wasting time, not being about it. It's a scary thing. And it sounds insane, right? But I'm a young man that can tell you, whilst life experience and all that is good, and eventually you get to a point where that's just not even important and relevant anymore, you have to have this. Fuck a work-life balance. Fuck rest. Those things don't matter. You want what you want. No one's coming to give it to you. So you need to stay the course. It's a crazy mentality to have. But it's the mentality of highly successful people. Eyes on the prize. Stay the course. Lock in. Don't take no for an answer. And just keep moving forward. That's it. And this applies to anything that you want in your life. You want to make a certain amount of money. You want to own a property. You want to have a beautiful girlfriend one day. You want to have all these things, right? Well, just make sure you never ever take your eyes off the prize and you find out how to, you find the map on where you're trying to get and you just stay on there and you never ever deviate and you just go and get it. Because that's how you do it, bro. If you continue to take your eyes off the prize, lose, even by a few degrees, you get off your course, you lose momentum, boots, see you later. You won't have what you want. And that's a scary thing to say, but it's the truth. Love you, brother.